Hi everybody, and welcome to this video from Conciencia Plena. Today, we're going to be continuing with our work on the healthy expression of emotions, but we're going to delve into 6 action strategies that we can use in order to help us regulate our emotions on a daily basis. So these 6 strategies are things that you can put into place in order to help you to have a better control and a better understanding of what's going on inside your body and how your emotions are being regulated. So to begin this part, I want to share with you a quote from Viktor Frankl. Now, first of all, to give you a little bit of context, Viktor Frankl was a concentration camp survivor. He was imprisoned, treated like an animal, starved almost to death. He was stripped of his name, his hair, his clothes, his possessions, his humanity. But the only thing that kept him going was messages like this. So this is from the book Man's Search for Meaning. He said, "The one thing you can't take away from me is the way I choose to respond to what you do to me. Last of one's freedoms is to choose one's attitude in any given circumstance." What is he saying here? People are going to treat us badly and bad things are going to happen in life. But we decide how we respond to each situation. And there's a bit of a key here with the word respond, because we tend to react. Something happens and we react instantly, normally aggressively or hurting somebody else or crying or deregulating our emotions. A little bit what he's saying here is we have the ability to respond, but the difference between reacting and responding is normally just 1 second. And it's 1 second when we may just breathe, implement a technique of Conciencia Plena to just take control of the situation, to then decide how we would like to respond to any given situation. So let's start to look at these strategies to see how this can help. Action strategy number 1, doing what you like. Now, this doesn't mean in the middle of a class or in the middle of an important meeting, but this means making sure that every day you have an opportunity to do something you enjoy. And quite often for some of us, the difficult question is, what do I enjoy? And if you haven't found that answer yet, it's time to start self-exploring. That's why we talk in Finnish about autoconocimiento, to know yourself, to know your passions, what you like to do. So whether it's playing music, dancing around, cooking, singing, drawing, writing music, whatever it may be, doing yoga, wrestling, basketball, football, whatever you like to do, make sure there's a part of your day where you have a space, where you can really just take a space for you to nurture yourself. That's going to allow you to keep your emotions in balance. Action strategy 2, engaging in physical activity. Sounds obvious, right? But exercise releases endorphins. There is no doubt about this. And those endorphins, normally from a 15-minute workout in the morning, those endorphins tend to last between 8 to 12 hours. So some people have even started to do something that's called the second wind. Second wind meaning like a second chance to do more exercise. So some people, including myself, what we do is we do exercise like 15 minutes intense exercise for the morning. And then when getting home from school or work, another 15-20 minutes of intense exercise. And that way, it helps to keep your body in a constant release of endorphins, allowing yourself to also release serotonin and to drop down cortisol, which is the stress hormone, allowing for more choice and freedom about how to respond to those daily situations. Action strategy number 3 involves getting sleep. We all know how it feels to have one of those days where you maybe only slept 2 or 3 hours, or maybe 4, depending on 5, and you just feel grumpy. And it's completely normal. You haven't had the kind of deep sleep that you need in order to rest your brain and body. So getting enough sleep is really important. Now, depending on your age, obviously this changes. For younger students, this is going to be more between like 10 to 12 hours. And for older students, it might be closer to 7 to 9, and for teachers, more between 7 to 9 as well. It's important to understand and to observe the differences because everybody is different and everyone has their own theories. I was watching a video from Arnold Schwarzenegger not long ago, and he was saying he only sleeps 6 hours, and with 6 hours, he's absolutely perfect. That's great. Observe your body, do experiments. What happens when I sleep 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours? What is the best number of hours for me to sleep in order for me to feel that I can regulate my emotions on a daily basis and be calm and centered when I'm choosing how to respond to different external stimuli? Action strategy number 4. Again, this comes down to a lot of observing your body. Healthy eating well, eating foods that nurture you. Now, there's loads of different theories about nutrition, so I'm not going to go into all of it now. But it's important to recognize that everybody is different. Every body is different. That means that for some people, eating healthy might mean keeping a vegan diet or a vegetarian diet. And for other people, it might mean making sure there's a high amount of animal protein. I'm not here to judge anybody. We're not here to judge. The idea is you learn to listen to your body. I'll give you an example. For me personally, when I eat red meat, it sends me to sleep. It makes me really sleepy and lethargic. I enjoy the taste. However, I don't enjoy the effects in my body. So I personally have chosen not to eat it anymore. Observe your body and observe which kind of foods make you feel good, maybe which ones hurt your stomach a little bit afterwards, which ones make you feel sleepy, which ones make you feel happy, which ones make you feel like you just want to disconnect and be on your own. Observe your body. Action strategy number 5. Connecting with others, our relationships, having time to be social. Now, there's a longitudinal study that's been carried out with men for over 80 years. And what they have found is the greatest indicator for happiness in life is the quality of the relationships you have. So these relationships that maybe you're having at school right now with your friends or with your fellow colleagues, the teachers, they are super important and they need to be nurtured. Having that bit of downtime to have a conversation, to share with friends, to create plans, to go out, to do something different. This is all part of connecting with others, and all of it helps to nurture us on a daily basis, making us feel complete and helping us to then regulate our own emotions. Action strategy number 6. Now, this is going to seem a bit strange at first, and obviously this requires consent, but if you've ever given a hug to a friend that's been upset or received a hug from a loved one or a family member, you'll know how good it feels. Just that kind of loving embrace. Now, that can be hand holding, it could be a massage, it could be a foot massage, someone combing your hair, maybe your mom does your hair or your dad does your hair before you go to school. All those kind of things are examples of touch that can also nurture us on a daily basis in order to keep ourselves well regulated, well balanced, and available for any kind of difficult external stimuli that may come up, because they will. That's a promise. We know that there's going to be these kind of challenges, but we have a choice to respond instead of react. And it's much easier to respond to a situation instead of reacting when we are keeping ourselves nurtured. So there's my 6 action strategies. Well, actually, there's 6 action strategies from the Yale Center for Emotional Intelligence. Very happy to share them with you in this short video. And in the future, we're going to be looking at thought strategies, how to change the pattern of our thinking to make us even more able to keep a strong, safe regulation of our emotions. Have a fantastic day.